Welcome to another live reaction. This week we're looking at the second episode of Sarazanmai, and I'm super hyped for it, so let's just get straight into it. So continuing from the theme of the first episode, we have this frog creature, the Kappa, giving these people another magical item, right? So I don't really know what the plot progression of this show is going to be like. From the first episode, we had this like magical dance sequence where they like took down an orgasming cardboard monster, and that wasn't even like the finale of the episode, right? And now these three boys are connected like in Kisniver, where they know each other's secrets and stuff. And this guy just pulls out a dish of hope, right? I'm really liking the way they incorporate Japanese mythology into the show. I think it's like pretty unique. And the metaphor of the boxes still existing is amazing. I hope we get some more secrets out of the characters as we move on with the show. But so far, so good. And just like that, we have complete disappointment. Well, that didn't take long for them to mess that up. Good going, little boy. Should have seen that coming. So this is some kind of monkey's paw type deal. What you get, what you wish for, but not in the way that you imagine it. So I mean, incorporating that with this Prince Kappa character should lead to some interesting situations. Totally thought this was a girl. In fact, he even said that he had to send pictures to a certain girl every day, but now he says it's a brother. So like this whole series is just messing with like gender norms and things like that, which is not something we usually see in anime. So that's interesting to see too. So he says he wants a dish of hope for his brother, but what exactly is he going to wish for? Is he going to wish that Sarah and him just have a normal relationship so he doesn't have to dress up anymore? Because we learned in the first episode that he doesn't actually want to do this. This isn't like his personal expression or something that he just likes to do. He's doing it solely to send pictures to his little brother, right? So I'm wondering what he's going to use the dish for. I still think it's extremely funny that he just walks around with a box of women's clothes that he changes into when his little brother just sends him a text. That's so funny. It's like a superhero, but like for like the dumbest reason ever. It's because his brother is like super obsessed with this idol person. It would be like if someone dressed up as like Justin Bieber to send selfies to their little brother or something. This is on the level of that. But it's super nice that he's doing it. It's just extremely funny that he's carrying around the box with him at all times. Dude, this is so cute. This is so cute that he thinks this. What the fuck kind of cut was that? We just cut from him with his little brother to like a dude getting tortured in a bathtub. Okay. Okay, so I thought this kid was just gonna be like a carjacking, like juvenile delinquent, but he's torturing a dude. Okay, that guy's a full-grown man being tortured by a middle schooler, right? That's a little bit weird. He's like a gangster or something. That guy had a metal ruler as a sword. That's probably the funniest thing that's happened in the series. Everyone just has metal rulers as swords, and they all just carry around boxes everywhere. That explains everything. So he's doing all this messed up stuff because that's his brother, right? So this is just like a tale of brothers. Brothers who do good things for their little brothers and brothers who are taking their brothers the wrong way. Interesting to know. Not anything that we were told before we started this episode. So episode 2... we're establishing more themes already. Good, very good so far. I just realized she says dish after everything that she says, right? And they're all looking for a dish of hope. Is that a coincidence? I don't think so. Cool. I like the concept that you can just switch with someone else's box and then you just wind up knowing their secret because all their secrets are in the boxes, and that was like an illegally bought gun with like a wrapped up handle. I'm assuming he killed somebody and that's a secret? Oh my god. Yo! Okay, so not only does he steal cars, not only does he torture people in bathtubs, he's also growing weed in the back of his house or whatever. This guy's like a full-on criminal mastermind, dude. Oh my god, not again. Dude, you gotta find a better spot to take your pictures, bro. You need to hire like some kind, one of those Instagram things where they pay people to take pictures in scenic locations. You need to look into that because you are getting caught up in this way too much. So normally in anime, we don't have any drug references at all, or references to like alternate sexuality or anything of that kind. And this has both in the first 2 episodes. I'm so confused right now, but I'm also like very happy that this is happening because it just pushes like societal norms when you see this kind of stuff on TV. I'm assuming this is being broadcast on TV because it's Studio Mappa. If it's not, I understand why. Maybe they release like a more censored version in Japan because he like blatantly just says it's weed. I'm assuming if it was more censored, it would be like he would say it's something else. Like when you see like McDougal's or whatever instead of McDonald's. That's very interesting. Is this like gay bait? It doesn't feel like it. It feels like they're trying to make a very like specific point when they're doing this kind of stuff. But I mean, this is hilarious, by the way, so I'm perfectly fine with them doing this. There's no way that's a coincidence. So while they're doing all this, there's just some dude who was found murdered in a river, and his name just happens to be Nekoyama, where the current like lucky item of the day is a neko, like a cat. I refuse to accept that's a coincidence. There's some like big conspiracy going on back here. I'm very confused. Not only do we have a legendary, like, mythical, Japanese mythological figure, we have 3 boys who are holding around boxes wherever they walk around. Now we have 2 extremely flamboyant police officers who is extracting the desire from a person that they're interrogating. This show is so weird. Of course there's a musical number. There has to be one every episode, right? Can't lie, the music is good, so can't complain that there's a musical number every episode. And the animation is really good too. Why would I not want to watch this? If that isn't gay bait, then I don't know what is. Okay, that's some next level stuff right there. They're all looking out for like other people. He just wants his weed back. Dude, are they going to do this every episode? No wonder the animation's so good. I was wondering why the animation was so good if they're only going to show it once. But they're literally going to do it every time they turn into Kappa. Oh, that's amazing. Also, her name is Asuma Sara, and this is Sarazanmai. There's like connections all over the place. This is like everything is connected. It's like Dirk Gently out here. Another musical number. This show is amazing. So we hear the same song, but there's a completely different context this time, right? So they're saying Neko Neko this time instead of they're saying boxes last episode. And he says, before the one that I like finds out. Last episode, we thought it was a girl that he liked, but it turns out it's just his brother, right? So like, it's the same song, but there's a different context because of the things that we've learned since then. Good job, show. This is somehow even weirder than the guy who liked to sit naked with a box on his head. What grand point are they trying to make with these weirdos? I wonder. Did he cut a piece of this cat's ear off? This guy has issues, man. So far, he's cross-dressed like all over, like every day, like 5 or 6 times to send pictures to his brother, and stolen a cat and cut part of its ear off. You just need to talk. You don't have to do all this weird stuff. So the police work for some kind of like secret mafia that are after people's desires, and they're trying to stop the desires from being secreted? I don't know. But what about the cucumber roll from last episode? I guess that was so like lame that he just gave it to him, but now they need to get 5 of them. Okay. So that was episode 2. So far it seems to be that every episode is themed after the lucky item of the day as said by Azuma Zara, right? And the theme of the episode, the lucky item, which you learn at the very beginning, is like the overarching theme of the entire episode. So if you look at the first one, there was the box, and each of their box like represented a secret that they had, and the boxes contained the secret, and the demon that they had to exorcise in order to get the dish of hope that we saw in this episode was a dude with a box on his head who liked to just sit naked, right? And all of this is based on desire. That's the whole theme of the show, is desire. So really, to me, this is like just like a show that just deals with alternate sexuality in a way, but not like in a very like overt kind of way. It does it in a more like veiled, secretive kind of way, which is, I guess, the only way you can approach it in a more conservative society like Japan. So they're doing it by taking this metaphor of like a cat and a box and everything, and they're just having like desires that are outside of the norm being shown, and like by them extracting the desire, it's almost like like talking it through and like accepting it doesn't have to be something that's hidden, because we learn every time they do that, they do the Sarazanmai, they learn about each other's secrets, right? So really, to me, it's advocating for like this open discussion of people's desires and their like preferences and everything. And it says that it's not like taboo to discuss it or anything like that, which I guess is a good message for it to have. On top of that, it's just a bonkers show. So in the first show, we had the box demon and their boxes and everything was themed around that. And this episode, we had the cat. So he steals a cat because his little brother likes cats. And he doesn't ever think to like discuss anything with his little brother. He just does whatever he says. So I feel like this is going to be it's kind of like, and they do the transformation sequence every episode and like face the boss of the day, but the boss is connected in some way to the theme of the episode, right? So to me, this really reminds me of like an old school like Power Rangers type formula where this is after the whole like Super Sentai, when they brought it over to the US. So they had the first live action bit, which was shot in the US with the American characters, and they like learned some kind of like high school societal like moral lesson, and then that lesson is like what they learned in that bit is acted out through the Super Sentai bits. To me, this kind of seems like that, because they learned something about desire in the first bit, or they like talk through it, and like there's a metaphor elaborating on what the desire is that they're tackling in that particular episode. And when they do the whole Sarazanmai, a secret is revealed that kind of like they can tackle with the lesson that they learned in the episode. This may not apply for everything, but this show is definitely like the most symbolic, like the one that's probably the deepest, quote unquote, of the season. To use that information however you will, but this definitely, like, you can't just understand everything on the first viewing. Like, I had to watch the first episode twice to really get all the little things that they mentioned, which you only get after watching it through to the end. So I'm not sure this is the best anime to appreciate in a weekly context, but maybe it is, because there's so much to talk about that's different in each episode, just because they change up everything and how they deal with it based on the theme, right? But I'm definitely going to watch next week, and I recommend you do too if you're looking for that kind of weird anime of the season. This definitely seems to be it. I haven't run across anything that's this weird at all, and I'm a sucker for weird anime. So that's it for this week. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next episode.